Hello YouTube, going to be trying an experiment. I was actually looking up a thing on ancient armor, and I was originally looking at the Chinese paper armor. Mythbusters tested that a few years ago, where the armor would be these sheets of paper that would sometimes be folded over in very thick layers and then waxed and sealed. And these things were so thick that they would even repel knife blades, axe blades, axe strikes, even the occasional arrow strike. Then I decided to look a little farther, and I decided to look at some of the other types of armor that was used during those periods. And I came across what I believe it was called Lamellar armor, but I'm not sure if that's the term. I'll have to look it up. I don't have it here in front of me. And some of it was little thin metal sheets, and these were sewed together or laced together, basically form almost look like dragon scales and fish scale type armor. Sort of like chainmail would be, but only with thicker pieces. And some of them were done with leather. And I decided I don't really have the access to do it with the metal, but I wanted to see, just for the heck of it, if I could do it with leather. And I wanted to see how thick I could get it, to see if it would stop a bullet. Now, I'm not expecting it to stop, this thicker leather to stop much of anything powerful, but I just wanted to see. And I took some of these leather scraps, and these are fairly thin, and I glued 4 of them together, and they're roughly 3/8 of an inch thick. And I can tell you right now, it's very hard. I cannot bend this. These four sheets of leather are very solid, and I'm going to first try them with these Federal 40 grain solids, and out of my 22 Colt pistol. I'm going to do it about 3 yards, and I want to see if it works and see what happens. And if it stops at 22, then I'll proceed and see what else I can do with it. If it doesn't stop at 22, then you can basically say the experiment's over and it's a failure. But I wanted to see. So let's see what 4 sheets of leather armor together, or leather sheets together, to make a piece of this, what would be lamellar armor, like an ancient type of armor, will do against a 22 long rifle fired out of a handgun. Well, hello YouTube. As you can see, that 22 caliber round didn't penetrate. You can see where it stopped. And I peeled these apart, and what I noticed is, look at it, just started to go through the 3rd sheet, but kind of bounced off the 4th. There's really no, other than just a little bit of slight indentation on the 4th sheet. And this really surprised me. I thought for sure that 22 was going to go all the way through those 4 pieces of leather. I'm really shocked. I didn't think that was going to even slow it down much. So that kind of gives, and like I said, this is very hard, but this gives kind of credence to why leather and some of these materials were used as armor. Maybe not against firearms, but against arrows and blade weapons, because I can tell you now, you're not going to stab through this. Not with a knife, there's no way. I'm going to probably see what I can do with this again. I'm going to glue it back up before I shoot it again with anything else. I mean, I might try a 22 rifle this time, or I might try one of my handguns, like a 32-20, maybe something, and work my way up to that scale and see if even that stops it. I'm assuming not much more is going to be taken to go through here, but that's kind of an interesting concept. This is very light, and it's it's hard. It's very thick. So I'm gonna do a little more experimenting on this and see what I can do with some of this homemade armor from the 12th and 13th century, or at least the concept of it, and see how it works. So with that being said, YouTube, have a good day.